different kind of video for you guys, and I'm so excited. It is like a room tour slash room makeover slash something else. Georgeta's here. Hi. You know her if you watch my vlog channel. She's my very, very good friend and extremely talented, what do you call it?
Craigslist whisperer.
Craigslist whisperer, but so much more than that. She is just like naturally really, really good at decorating. Her apartment is incredible. She just knows how to shop. And
thank you.
Yes, she just knows how to find the good stuff. She also has an Etsy store where she resells some of the amazing treasures she finds all over the place. More on that later. She helped me transform my room from something I hated and made me very sad to what it is now, and I'm so excited to show you. I'm in love with it. I could go on and on and on, but I'm not, because we have a lot to share with you because we've been documenting the entire process from start to finish. And it's taken a while. It's taken like, how long?
6 weeks. We didn't choose the perfect time for this. I think we both had a lot of work during these 6 weeks.
There's always a lot going on though. There's never a perfect time.
It's true.
Yeah, that's one of the things for me. Like, I don't know, I've talked to you guys so many times, especially since I've gotten this house, and I've been here for a year, and I'm just not very good at decorating, or at least I don't feel very confident with it. A lot of times when I decorate, it's just like, oh, all this stuff goes together because I like all of it. And that works, and my style is very like eclectic or whatever. And I do like it, but just looking at my room, I was just totally intimidated. There are several things that I really didn't like about it. One thing I did like about it was the bedroom furniture set that I had that I inherited from my parents. It's from the 70s. It's very, I don't know, unique to me or something. I don't know, I just love it. And I definitely wanted to hang on to that, but I absolutely hated the rug. I knew it was a mistake the day I brought it home. I felt like the room was kind of too big for everything that I had. Like, the ceilings are pretty high, and I love that about this house. The proportions were all wrong, and so I needed help with that. The bedding, awful. I had it too long. It was too cheap. I hated the color. It's just sad looking, basically.
You didn't have any curtains, did you?
That's definitely was a huge problem. No curtains, massive cool window, but it was just naked. It was bare, it was sad. Another one of my big problems was just clutter. Just like letting things pile up and not being organized, or, you know, just not really caring about the style, just letting things amass.
Yeah.
Those were my problems. My room was making me very sad, and one day I was just like, talking to Georgeta like, I hate my room so much, blah, blah, blah. I told you about this so many times. And she just like loves to decorate. It's like a hobby. And she very sweetly offered to help me, to rescue me from my room struggles.
Which means I was coerced. But for me, the way I saw your problems is you had a lot of stuff that doesn't go together. And the more you thought about getting new stuff, it's definitely daunting, you know? There's so many options. I did love the bed. I loved the bedroom furniture. It's definitely unique, like you said, and although it was big in the 70s, it's actually coming back at a very high-end, like luxury lines that look basically like your bed, but very, very expensive. So,
hi. Don't you love when that happens?
Definitely a keeper. Hold on to the family heirloom stuff. It's been around for 50 years. It's gonna last you another 20.
Let's hope so. Once I coerced her into helping me, that's when the vision planning, mood boarding kind of process started, and I honestly had nothing to do with that part. It was like, we just talked about how we wanted to keep some of the bedroom furniture, and she knows my style anyway because we've just talked over the years about things we like, things we don't like. She knows kind of where I lean.
Well, the challenge was obviously keep the stuff that you have, but make it modern, make it livable, and kind of add more personality to it. One style that I just felt would go very well because of the cane was a British colonial. It also allowed for a lot of plants and kind of mishmash furniture that somehow goes together in the end, and a lot of plants, which I knew you wanted. You wanted to add some plants to your life, which I totally get. From there, I created a little mood board based on pieces of furniture that I knew were available to us on the secondhand market. Showed it to this one, then we tore it apart.
Yeah, there were several rounds of mood boarding and just kind of like switching things out. So there was like, you know, you gotta switch it out and really like go through the process of like being able to visualize it, which is a problem for me. Like when I see things, it's hard for me to like envision things together. And so her making the mood boards was super, super helpful for me. Once we were kind of like on track with all that stuff, then we started to actually like go out and buy.
I think the curtain were a big thing. And we got those at IKEA, which is a great place for curtains, a great place for some essentials.
And then after that, the rug. I hated my rug. It was really, really thin and it just never laid flat. Definitely wanted to burn that. I knew I wanted a different one, and then we found this one on Overstock. I'm very intimidated by rug shopping just because I know it's just a huge thing on your floor that you have to look at all the time, and I hate my carpet, so I definitely wanted a really big rug.
And that's half of the story. I think for me it's, yeah, like you said, it's a huge thing, literally, but also it can cost a lot of money if you're not careful.
The next thing that we brought in were these cane shelves, and this was kind of a moment for me because it was my very first Craigslist adventure. I had never bought anything from Craigslist before. She's a pro. I love these shelves. They could not go more perfectly with the caning on the bed. They're tall, which is great for the height of the room. All of my furniture was small. Everything I had was like apartment sized, and that worked before, but now with these higher ceilings, I need just bigger stuff generally. And these are perfect for that.
So the shelves were actually one of the lucky finds. When I saw the cane, I thought, could not be more perfect. So
we did get a really great deal. I actually got 3 of these things, but only 2 fit in the room, but successful first Craigslist adventure.
These particular shelves that you got with a cane are valued 6 or 7 times more than what you paid for.
Who knew? Not me. Next 2 things were
chests of drawers.
Chests of drawers. And we did do some like DIY changes to them. They are kind of like my nightstands, but they're also pretty huge. And she found them on also Craigslist?
No, actually, it's
okay.
One of my go-to places. It's in Beaumont, and it's called BAW Resale, and they have tons of furniture. You need to really dig through to find stuff, but this was, again, one of the lucky finds. Beautiful campaign style chests of drawers, 2 of them, which is very rare, and again gave you all the storage you wanted. Like you said, we did a little paint job, and they now look like, you know, $1 million. Hi.
Do you have something to say? Sorry.
You're usually not supposed to paint furniture just because it kind of ruins their value. So I wanted to make sure that if you wanted to do something else, if your style changes, which it might, probably will, with the years, you can always strip the paint easily. So we only sanded them just a little bit, so we didn't ruin them at all. So just for you, you know, aficionados out there that really care about furniture,
might be hurting your heart.
We didn't destroy them.
I think it looks amazing. They look amazing in white. The inspiration piece that we were looking at was white with the brass handles, which I'm obsessed with. The next thing that I really, really wanted for my room were plants. And I know she already mentioned this, but it's like something, I mean, you guys know I love cactuses, cacti. Great job. And I have killed many in my past, and I'm so praying that I don't kill these new plant friends. And I love the ones we got. We actually ended up with 3, 1 giant, 1 medium, and 1 little baby.
The other thing that it's definitely not a mandatory aspect or anything, but I think you kind of love it most.
I do love it.
The reason that we brought this particular piece in is because you don't really have a footboard on your bed, so it kind of just flops to the floor.
Just like,
it does. It's like a marshmallow. I thought, you know, a little bit of structure at the end there will just give it more of a put together look. Yes, it ties it all together, but also it brings it more into today rather than just, oh, vintage.
Yeah, it is contrast. There's nothing else that's like leather in here. The next, maybe my favorite thing about the whole room, which it's very hard for me to decide, and I know I've been pretty much like equally excited about everything along the way.
I think you've mentioned 4 favorite
things. Like everything is my favorite thing, but this is like my real favorite thing. The wall art. for real. Starting with the waves. They're just like two really large poster-sized frames. Do you want to talk about how we arrived at waves? Because we like the wall art. That's the thing we honestly labored over more than anything as far as deciding.
It's the most stressful part for me. Well, we started with just an inspiration photo. It was a photo of a pool or something. You really like the water, which reminded you of the opening scene in The Master.
Yeah.
And so I quickly scoured the internet to find a very similar shot, I guess.
Yeah.
That would be high resolution enough for us to blow up into huge art.
It's definitely one of my favorite pieces in the whole room. On the opposite wall, the other pieces of my favorite thing. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I love my gallery wall. She wants to like jump. Okay, Luna, you're part of this. Sorry guys. I know she's probably been very distracting in this video, but she just loves Georgeta so much. She just needs to hang out.
It was definitely the most stressful part. Like I said, it was just, I was sweating it till the very last minute when everything got framed and put up.
Initially, I really wanted to do like a still from a movie. Unfortunately, all of the movies that I was like really into using for that are like older, and so they're already grainy to begin with, but then whenever you blow them up and...
We definitely made our life difficult because we chose to go with a gallery wall that's 7 feet wide by over 5 feet tall.
And so then I was just like, cactus, because
last minute.
You guys know how I feel about cactus, and it's a landscape, and honestly, it's perfect. I could not be happier, and it's huge, and it definitely helps a lot with the proportions of the room. It's perfect for me. Like, I could not be happier.
It's definitely not British colonial, but it's just unique, and it's you, so it works. Lamps. Did you know? Lamps. So we actually ended up going to Home Goods and finding sort of a very classic look brushed metal lamp with really nice shades. And we decided to paint them a matte black, and then we did a bit of gilding. It just gives it a really high-end look. I mean, it could be something you picked up at an antique store.
Yeah, from the way they looked originally, they definitely look so much cooler, to me at least. I love them. So those are the main pieces of the room, and after that it was just styling, which again is not my strong suit, but she worked her magic, and there are a few specific things that she was teaching me along the way that I think are worth talking about here.
Nothing that I'm really doing is according to any kind of book or school of thought. It's really more like what I think looks good.
It's your instinct.
Yeah. So what we did a lot of is, well, first of all, we kept the dresser that you had that came with a bed. So we wanted to style it so it doesn't look like a dresser. Mm-hmm. And we did that by adding just stacks of books, layering, you know, putting things on top of things, like LeighAnn likes to say, and just adding depth.
Things on things on things.
Things on things on things. Brought in an orchid, always nice to have a plant. And then when we styled the shelves, the little trick that I've always kind of believed in is if you put something bulky on the right-hand side of one of them, put the bulkier things on the left-hand side of the following one, and kind of zigzag everything out. So it kind of flows and it doesn't look all crowded. Once
you're looking for it, you can see it, but it looks so natural. And I never would have thought about it like that, but it's really like the perfect way to do it. And especially if you're just kind of lost like me. And what about, because we keep talking about plants, but we cheated somewhere along the way. And I'm very interested in this technique.
Well, that's something that came from just looking at, again, inspiration pictures for the style. And I just kept noticing tropical foliage instead of flowers to decorate, and so I thought, what a neat idea. And it's certainly not as expensive as buying flowers and having to buy them again and again and again. If you have access to a garden or maybe an outdoor area where there's overgrowth, it's easy to clip a few of the, you know, more tropical looking leaves. It's gonna last
the waxier ones will last longer, and you just have to put a little water in, and that never would have occurred to me, but it totally works, and it looks really cool. And it feels weird to say, like, but that's all we did. I mean, we did so much. I am in love with my room now. It went from like so sad to like unbelievably happy. a million billion thank yous to Georgetta. Like, I can't even. She was happy to do it because she loves decorating, and she liked having kind of like almost like a blank canvas to work on.
And I want to say thank you too, because it was really nice to actually get to do this. It was quite a risk that you took. I was happy to do it, but also kind of nervous about it, so I'm glad it turned out well. Luckily,
I'm in the habit of putting my life in her hands, so this was kind of just normal everyday stuff, but and it's always worked out so far.
But this is in a new way.
In a new way, and it was totally worth it. I do have to mention, some of the things that we use to style in the room are not permanently mine. Some of them are still listed in her Etsy store, so you should definitely head over there. I'll put the link down below in the description, and you should check it out. She's got some cool stuff, and some of the stuff that is in my room right now you can probably still buy, so definitely check it out. I'm about that Etsy life, and she definitely is too, so get into it. I really hope you guys like this video. I sort of mentioned this to her, but not really. I had a lot of fun trying to like DIY stuff, and she taught me a lot, and so maybe we could do more stuff like that in the future. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
So maybe like smaller things. Are you guys interested in that? I don't know. Let me know down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. We worked really hard on it, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe so you can keep up with all my new videos. I'm putting them out all the time, and if you are subscribed, thank you so much. You are my people, and I love you. And if you want to find me anywhere on social media, it's LeighAnnSays absolutely everywhere, and I love talking to you guys. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye everyone.
I'm glad we took the time to iron this so it looks real good.
Primo.
I can't believe my eyes.
It's like I've been transported through time and space.
To a desert. Oh, desert. A little haunted.
I'll go in first.
And then I will live. It looks great.
It's huge.
Backwards is harder.
That's what we've learned about everything. Backwards is harder.
Oh, twirling?
Spinning.
Dun, 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 dun.